Hi, my name is Julia Klein. I'm a co-founder of CareerPeer. I graduated from the Smith School of Business in 2013 with a major in finance, and I am here to talk about my journey through entrepreneurship. As a student at the Smith School, I was deciding between going into a career in finance, which was my major, or a career in consulting. I ultimately decided on a career in consulting because it allowed me to be exposed to different areas in addition to just traditional finance. And I worked for a year for Deloitte Consulting, doing strategy and operations for them out of their McLean office. That was a great learning experience for me. I gained a lot of business knowledge, and I was really able to understand deeper how businesses worked after working on the ground in different types of projects. Following that, I also decided I wanted to be involved in recruiting at Maryland. So I came back to Maryland to recruit specifically for Deloitte. And something that I noticed as I was talking to students was that many of them were, as I was when I was here, unsure of exactly what they wanted to do, or if they did know what they wanted to do, they weren't sure exactly how to get there. So I talked to some coworkers of mine and batted back and forth different ideas for how to help students understand what they wanted to do and be able to achieve their goal of getting that target entry-level job. And that evolved into CareerPeer, which was an idea that we decided that we actually wanted to pursue. And so myself and my co-founder, who also worked at Deloitte at the time, left Deloitte to pursue CareerPeer. And we actually found another co-founder who had graduated from Maryland as well. And the three of us sort of created and built CareerPeer, which is a site that helps you to understand what entry-level jobs entail. And it gives you a lot of advice and insights specifically from recent graduates who have just gone through what you're going through and have just made that decision-making process. And so they describe their jobs, they talk about their salaries, they talk about what they do on a day-to-day basis to help you get a better understanding of what it is you might be interested in doing. And then after you decide what it is you might be interested in doing, we provide you with a step-by-step plan that's really personalized to you, that walks you through how to get from where you are in your career preparation journey to being ready to interview for and successfully obtain those entry-level jobs that you desire. Making the decision to leave Deloitte to pursue CareerPeer was a big decision, specifically for me, because as a student, I was really focused on more of a traditional career path. I have learned so much in the year since I've made that decision, and I don't really regret it at all. I think it has provided me with a chance to learn really in depth about multiple different areas, simply because when you're at a startup, you do more than just your traditional, siloed role. You really get involved in all areas of the business, and you may not be an expert, but you have to learn the basics just to keep the startup functioning. So for example, I've done stuff around marketing and designing flyers and, figuring out ways to really get the word out to potential users and customers, all the way to doing the finances and the accounting for the business. Because when you have a small team, you really all take on a lot of different roles. So it's a great way to, whether you're working at a startup or founding your own startup, it's a great way to have a really sharp learning curve and learn a lot in a short amount of time about different areas of business. Really starting your own company can be a roller coaster. It's very stressful and it requires a lot of work. And there are very high highs when your company is doing well and very low lows when you're struggling with something. And it can change like that because of day-to-day just events that go on. So maybe you get your first customer and then the next day you get hit with something, a big bill that you weren't aware of that you're going to have to pay. And that can be, over and over again as you're building the company. You take 2 steps forward and 1 step back, and it's a slow process, but it's also a really rewarding one because when something goes right or when you see a finished product, you know that that is really yours and your co-founders to claim, And it does give you a sense of pride that what you've worked so hard for, you really also get the credit for. With a lot of startups, there's an intersection of different areas of business. So, for example, my particular company, CareerPeer, is focused on technology and using technology to help students in their career preparation. Now, there are aspects of that that I know really well, like the career preparation side, but in terms of the technology side, I really don't know that as well, and that's not my background. So I think there's a real importance around bringing on team members that understand the areas that you're not as strong in and really relying on them to make decisions in those areas. So, for example, my co-founders and I all focus on different areas of the business, and we have specific roles within the team. And that has really helped us because we can each play to our strengths and really, create a strong whole. So if you're a business student who is interested in getting involved in a technology venture, it's really important that you find a great technology partner who's going to provide that insight that you may be lacking. I think another thing that is really important especially for young entrepreneurs who are starting their own company is to find people who are wiser than you and have more experience than you and really know the field that you're getting yourself into. So for my co-founders and myself, that has been finding a good advisory group that can help us and give us advice on areas where we haven't necessarily worked in before. And that can be really just anyone from an industry expert to, somebody who is an investor, but somebody who has that experience and can share it with you and is willing to share it with you is invaluable, because there's going to be a lot of decisions that you'll need to make day to day. And sometimes, you'll make the right ones and sometimes you'll make the wrong ones, but you're going to make a lot more right ones if you consult with somebody who has been there and done it before. I think for me, being an entrepreneur at this stage of my career has been a really rewarding experience, and it has allowed me to learn by doing and by touching different areas of business that I probably would not have gained experience in had I remained in consulting or taken an industry job. I think there are different areas of entrepreneurship, and while starting your own company may not be right for you at this stage, you may want to work for a startup or a smaller company that can give you that broad range of experience and really the level of responsibility that you may not see at a bigger firm. So I would encourage all of you to check out entrepreneurship or working for a startup as a career path. And also check out CareerPeer at www.mycareerpeer.com and sign up for your free account today.